And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great hump day out there. This morning, we're going to be talking about a really cool event here in Rim Country, the Highline Hold 'em. And you might not have heard about this race, but if you are a mountain biker or a mountain bike enthusiast, then I'm sure you have. This is a really cool race that features just one of the probably most beautiful trails here in Rim Country, the Highline Trail. So in the studio to talk more about it, we have Trevor Ceighton, Angie Abel, and Shannon Smith. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. So first, I guess Trevor Ceighton, if you can introduce yourselves as far as how you're involved with this event or what organizations you're with.
Sure. I'm with the Rim Country Mountain Biking Association, and we started this is our third annual.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, not a race so much, it's more for guys like me that like to ride bikes and hang out. So
Ride.
More, yeah,
Ride.
poker run. Yeah.
Poker run.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we get into that later, but yeah, that's who I am.
All right, and Shannon.
Hi, I am Shannon. I work with the National Forest Foundation, and I am the Tonto Stewardship Coordinator. So what we do is we bring added capacity and funds to forest service projects, and we've been working with the Payson Ranger District on the Highline Trail for a couple of years now.
Oh, great. All right, and Angie.
Angie Abel with the Tonto National Forest. I oversee the recreation program here in Payson.
All right, great. So, Trevor, you said the Highline Hold 'em, third year.
Third year.
Third year,
Yeah.
wow. And participation has been great.
It has. First year we had about 80 participants, second about 111, and we're shooting for 150 this year. So
Wow.
yeah, and it's cool too because we can track through Eventbrite, where these people are coming, and
Mm-hmm.
a good 2/3 of them are out of town, and we love the comments of like, wow, we didn't even know this was up here, or this is so beautiful, or we're gonna come back, and so we love kind of being a magnet to getting people and letting them see what we have to offer up here.
I know. It is a great way
Yeah.
to showcase, just another great way to showcase the Rim Country and what we have to offer. I guess we should talk about date, when it is, and how people get signed up, and how long more
Perfect.
people have to get signed up. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so the date is October 14th, Saturday. Registration opens on September 1st. It'll be out on a lot of Facebook boost posts and all that stuff to all the mountain bike groups and to town and stuff. So if you see people share it, thank you so much. Registration closes October 1st, so make sure you get on there, and it'll be on our website azrcmba.com. So there'll be information there on how to sign up. Yeah, you get a T-shirt, and again, it's for people kind of like me. Like I raced a couple times and realized early on that I'm not a racer. I like to take my time and take in the views. So it's a poker run. So riders will get 7 cards along the route, and they come back. It starts and ends at the landmark at the creek. So whenever you have something that starts and ends at a bar, that's not a bad thing.
Motivation to finish.
There you go. Yeah, and then the top 5, you get your best poker hand out of those 7 cards, and then we have lots of amazing prizes again this year. We have a frame, a pivot frame, bicycle frame, which is awesome. We've got, help me out here, ladies. I've got a whole list here.
I know.
Yeah.
Camelbacks from
yeah.
Absolute.
Yeah, a lot of
cornhole.
Custom cornhole
Yeah.
set, yeah, from a local person there. Yeah.
From a local person named Trevor Ceighton.
Yeah, no, some really awesome mountain bike centric prizes, and then Donnie Garvin from Garvin RV gives away a 2-night rental, which is awesome, and then Hermosa Tours out of Colorado, amazing gift. He gives 2 spots on any of their multi-day tours, and what that is, it's like it's a setup like he's your Sherpa, and they do these tours like where you can ride your bike from Durango to Moab, and they shuttle your stuff. In between, so you're just worrying about the ride each day. You show up and your stuff's there ready for you to camp out and then get on your bike the next day. So he gives away that's a pretty amazing prize. So
That sounds really cool. That sounds like a mountain bike version of like whitewater rafting down a river where they have all
Yep.
the supplies. You just show up, you know,
Do
you
your thing.
kind of paddle a little bit, do whatever,
Yeah.
and but they have everything there for you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
yeah, so some amazing partners that come together. A lot of local partners from town that are on board and donate. And so
Okay.
yeah.
Can you give that website one more time?
Sure.
That
AZRCMBA.
RCMBA.com.
Yeah.
There you go.
AZRCMBA.com.
All right. And then also, you have a Facebook page, Rim Country Mountain Biking Association.
Yep, and then also we have Highline Hold 'em too,
Okay.
as a Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay, so people can find out more about your group and also the ride. I guess a little bit about your group. Open to anyone that rides mountain bikes, would like to start riding?
Yeah, it's absolutely. We're an IMBA chapter, so International Mountain Bike Association chapter. Our members some of them are way better mountain bikers than me, and some of them are honestly just brand new. And Michelle Nelson and Ken Shepard have helped out with a new program, kind of an intro to mountain biking. Every other month they're doing an event. We just had one in Pine, and I think there'll be an article in this Friday's paper because Pete Alshire hopped on there with us. And riders new and old and young and small and experienced and not.
But also, I mean, one of the main points of an IMBA chapter is to promote and advocate for new trails in the area.
Yeah,
So,
Nice.
sure.
yeah.
Nice. So Shannon, are you a mountain bike rider?
Some would say yes, some would say no. I
What
own
do you say? Well, that qualifies you. Yeah, you own a mountain bike.
She's ridden Highline.
Oh,
Yep.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, you've been on it within the last, say, 3-4 years.
Yeah, I actually only
You're a
just moved
mountain
to
biker,
Mason.
Shannon. You're a mountain biker.
She's a
Come on.
mountain biker,
Yeah, don't be shy. So, how long have you been involved with the Highline project, or when did your organization kind of get involved?
Well, gosh, it predates my time at NFF because
Okay.
I started here 6 months ago,
Oh, okay.
and I moved to Payson for this purpose.
Nice.
But it was one of the first projects they put me on, so
Mhm.
I think like day 3 on the job, I was out
Yeah.
on the High Line with Angie.
Oh,
But
nice.
we've been working with the National Forest Foundation for about 3 years on this
Okay.
project. They were the first ones that helped us get the seed money for the whole Highline Restoration Trail project.
Oh, great. How long have you been with NFF?
6 months.
Oh, boy. So first assignment right here to Payson.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's-
very lucky.
Yeah. So where did you move from, or where did you come from?
I was living in Taos before this.
In Taos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Similar, like high desert, not as many trees. Are there out there?
There are in the mountains, but the town is down on the plains.
Gotcha. So how do you like Payson so far?
It's great. Good mountain biking trails out here.
Yeah, it is. It is beautiful. And a big part of that, though, is, I mean, your efforts with the Rim Country Mountain Bike Association and also the Tonto National Forest. I mean, I think there's been just more of an effort towards new trails than there's probably ever been.
I
Is that
sure
true,
hope
Angie?
so. I
Yeah.
sure feel that way.
I would agree 100%. I think the
yeah.
stars have aligned having Angie here, and she's definitely a firebrand, a go-getter, and really spurred along a lot of projects that are just kind of wasting away. I mean, this is something that everybody's kind of talked about for a long time. Last time Highland was done anything to it was 1977. I think.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
some work occasionally, but never a concerted effort.
Mhm.
So I feel like, we've really done a good job working with the town of Payson as well, Pine Strawberry communities, to really help bring awareness to the trails, what we need, so that, because money doesn't fall from the sky to make these things happen. We
Mhm.
all have to work together to figure it out.
Yes.
So-
And also, I believe he's your boss, Matt Pacerek.
Pachorik.
Pachurik, also just has been incredible, and the willingness to
Absolutely.
be involved and and that's what I think maybe some people don't understand, all the work that goes into, and all the paperwork, all the just having to push for these things to happen. They don't just,
Absolutely.
like you guys just don't wave your hands and, oh, they happen.
No.
But there is a lot of effort on your part that has to happen before the actual work occurs on the trails.
And in most cases, years of planning process to get to implementation. And it seems frustrating. It's frustrating on my side too, but
Mhm.
it's part of the process. So as long as we all stick to it
Mhm.
and work together through it, then hopefully we'll have some good outcomes.
That's great. Also, well, something that I thought was really cool was Trevor, you and your group, I believe, identified a resource with a trail, a kiosk that has a trail map, and some other information will be on that. And that was great because it was provided at no cost to
Yep.
the town,
Yeah,
and just needed a location.
yeah. That was a lot of work on my part. I had to forward an email and then do a follow-up email. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all
But
right, all right.
it takes that kind of grind, to get things done around here. No, I'm just joking. No, that's great. A lot of people don't know we are an Arizona Trail community. Arizona Trail is
Gateway community.
gateway community. Thank you.
Mhm.
Hop in whenever. Too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Arizona Trail is an amazing thing that we have in our state. 804 miles, which will be actually 808 miles by the time we're done with phase one, right? But yeah, from the border of Mexico all the way up to Utah, and it passes just to the west of Basin here.
Mhm.
So, and if you're a cyclist and you're doing the Arizona Trail as a bike route, then you actually do come through Basin. So that's great that we were able to highlight that in that kiosk at Green Valley Park for people to kind of get educated on the Arizona Trail and kind of appreciate that we have it. I mean, when I'm out there, we talk to people from all over the country / all over the world that
Mhm.
this is their thing, and it's amazing. They take 30-40 days and
Mhm.
they do all 800 miles in a stretch, and they have interesting names because they get trail names and
Trail names.
yeah. I met 2 raisins out there
Two raisins.
by Blue Ridge. And, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So
In your Rim Country Mountain Bike Association group, do you guys get names? Like, you should have names for your riders.
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After so long, you have to be in the group for like
That's
6
I don't
months or
know.
so.
Yeah.
And then everyone chooses a name
I like
for that
Yeah.
rider.
We'll have,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll get matching sweater vests with like
Yeah.
embroidered name
No,
on
but
it.
jerseys. But
Oh,
you get
yeah,
like a
jerseys too.
jersey.
Sweater jerseys.
Sweater jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're on to something.
I got a
right
notebook
there.
here, so.
There you go.
Yeah, write that down.
So, Shannon, what brought you to the National Forest Foundation? How did you end up working for them or being involved?
I love the outdoors, and I've always tried to work that into my work life, and
Mhm.
so I'm always looking for jobs where I can improve the outdoors, and that is exactly what NFF does. Everything we do is just to further the mission of the Forest Service, which is to protect public lands, and
Mhm.
that's kind of how I got into this line of work.
Gotcha. Do they have a presence or an office in Taos where you came from? Or?
No, I was actually working for the BLM in Taos
Oh, okay.
as a contractor.
All right.
Our main office is in Missoula.
Okay.
Yeah, so I work remote.
Interesting. Missoula. And this week, the Missoula Children's Theater is in town doing a production Friday and
That's
Saturday.
right.
So
Yeah.
the connection. Oh, yeah. Look.
Oh,
Shannon's
yeah.
like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my grandson Grayson, who will be a barnyard animal.
All
Barn-
right.
Oh,
Yay.
the small beginnings.
That's right.
His acting career.
That's right.
Barnyard animal.
Yeah.
So Missoula. And where are you from originally? Are you from Taos?
No, I'm kind of from a little bit of all over. I was born on the East Coast.
Oh, really? Where?
Connecticut?
Connecticut. All right. Look at New England.
Yeah.
And a lot of, were you in the city or out in a rural part in Connecticut?
Pretty rural, northwest corner.
Gotcha. So growing up out in the woods, hiking around and so on.
Yeah, a lot of stick fort building.
Stick fort building, love it. You can do that where there's a lot of trees.
Oh, interesting.
Like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
good point.
The Ponderosa pines, you can't reach the branches,
No,
so it's
no,
kind of hard
not
here.
much, yeah.
But back east, oh yeah, stick forts, remember those. So the Highline Trail, Angie, for those that maybe aren't real familiar with the project, with the Highline Trail, can you just give a brief overview, a brief one of this project?
All
I know,
right.
It's extensive. It is
It's
extensive.
become my life, my passion. But Phase 1 is nearing completion, which is Pine to Washington Park. That happens to be the piece that overlaps with the Arizona Trail. So we're almost complete with all of that work on Phase 1. We have one piece we'll go back and do a little more touch-up on. And then we have contractors already slated to start Phase 2 in September. So that's Washington Park going east. All the way out to 260 is the goal. So we're in this together for a while. And thankfully we have lots of new partners joining the effort each and every year. So it's just been amazing to see the people realizing the efforts that we put into this project and understanding that this really is a bucket list trail for Rim Country. It'll be unlike anything else.
Yeah, it will be significant. I mean, this will be a trail, like you said, Trevor, that people will come from all over the country or even from other countries to ride this.
The topography, the geology, just the views that we have up there, and then not only that, but the way the trail's being done. I mean, this trail will be here in 100 years. It's been being done in a sustainable way in which, and it's, my gosh, it's so much fun to ride. So on top of it also.
And believe it or not, that was one of the goals, is to make it more fun, right?
Yeah,
make it safe.
Make it fun, safe, and sustainable.
And
you use that word sustainable, and can you explain just some of the applications or some of the things that go into creating a sustainable trail?
Angie, you're going to hop in at any point on this too, but I'm sure you've hiked on some of our trails that are our social trails that are around town that you're skidding down granite pieces, or you can fall on your butt at any point in time, or you're having to bushwhack through trees and things like that. So a lot of the planning, big shout out to Tom Steenerson of Pine. He spent a lot of time out there. Angie and him, just pushing through and finding the best route to keep a trail where we try to keep the grade right around 5%. So you're not doing these super steep pitches up and down that are going to wash out anyways once the rains come. The trail is set up for pack and saddle. So if you can think about if you carried a 4x8 sheet of plywood on the trail, so that our equestrian people could ride the trail safely too through it, and then just involving some of the natural features and just working your way around the base of that rim, and it's every quarter mile you're like, oh my gosh, it's you're in someplace new, where you sometimes feel like you're in the Pacific Northwest because there's ferns and water. There's so many water crossings on this Highline Trail. It's bananas. And then all of a sudden you're in Sedona because you're on Red Rock, and you're walking on Red Rock, and then you're on a little bit of scrub, and then you're back in Ponderosas, and so it's amazing. So.
Yeah, that is. And what is the total distance of the trail that you're working on?
When it's all said and done, it'll be just under 60 miles. Right now it's a little over 50, so with the reroutes that we're looking to put in, it'll make it longer. So almost 60 miles of continuous single track trail for intermediate users of equestrian hikers and mountain bikers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
60 miles.
60 miles. And our tagline for Highline Trail,
You're putting me on the spot.
Views for miles, water for communities, trails for all.
Say that one more time.
Views for miles,
Views.
water for communities, trails for all.
Wow, that is great.
It really sums up what the rim is to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, the rim it's spectacular. It's just amazing. If you're listening or watching and maybe you're newer to the area or just haven't, got out there to explore, definitely going up to the rim and the 300 road, traveling that road, spending some time up there. There's so many pullouts, trails, some trails up there already.
Yeah.
It just is amazing, the views and nature.
That's part of the great thing too, is as we build, we create this anchor, of the Highline Trail. It'll allow for, in the future, possible, because that could be daunting, right? Like, I'm gonna go hike the Highline, you're gonna go hike 60 miles. No. So, out and backs are fun, where you start at one place and you hike and then you come back the same. But for me, the best is loops. And so then having this anchor trail completed, then we can start taking a look at, it would kind of make sense if we took this through this draw and back around, and then you create these little mini loops. And what it does is, it spreads people out, right, on the trail, so where, you're not running into that issue of like, oh, there's so many people, like a Horton on a Saturday morning type thing, so, yeah.
Gotcha, and Horton. Yeah, Horton Creek, and there's some great up in Pine Strawberry too. I'm sure that Pine Strawberry Loop just gets a lot of use as well. And want to also recognize Pine Strawberry Fuel Reduction and that group and all the work they've done with the trails up there. That has been amazing what they've been able to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's definitely the model that we'd like to follow.
Yeah, and I think that's an important message to bring home is the trails are also, they provide access for fire, as we saw with the Brady fire, a small fire, thankfully. But, the fire crews use the Highline Trail to get into some of those remote sections of the rim.
Wow.
So we have to remember that trails are important for that aspect as well.
So again, just want to go back to the Highline Hold 'em though. October 14th.
October 14th.
It's gonna be a full-on party this year.
Yeah,
Full
last year as well. Yeah. No, it's a good time. Again, you get like-minded people that love the outdoors in the same spot, and it's always a good time. So, and all the money goes towards National Forest Foundation and Forest Service efforts to revitalize the Highline. So, it's cool. It's a cool project.
And that is in Christopher Creek.
Yep, Landmark at the Creek.
Landmark at the Creek, and to sign up, you can go to azrcmba.com.
Yeah, and then there'll be, or our Facebook page, Highline Hold 'em or RCMBA.
And registration begins September 1st.
September 1st.
So we're not quite there yet,
Yeah.
but you want to get signed up quickly. You don't want to wait. After
No,
long
definitely
after
not. Some
September
people
1st.
like try to like the day before. Hey, I'm like, yeah, cool, but I don't have a T-shirt for you, type thing. You gotta have the T-shirt, or it didn't happen, type
Yeah,
thing. So
come on, and the T-shirts are great.
Thank you.
They're, real nice. Logos, real cool, and nice, comfy shirts. So mentioned sponsors or people.
Yeah, do you want a full list?
Yeah, hey, let's
She's
go.
prepared.
Yeah, let's go through it because that's so important. Sponsors that make this event and other events and these projects possible. It wouldn't be possible, am I correct, without donations, Angie?
Absolutely not. We count on these organizations to help pitch in.
Okay.
And that's for maintenance and the sustainable reroutes, so.
All right.
Yeah, we're always looking for funding, however, which way we can find it.
All right, so Shannon, if you'd like to.
Yeah, what's so cool about this project is that there's a lot of different levels of involvement. So there's corporate donors like the Katina Foundation, Arizona State Parks, REI, City of Phoenix, Bronco Wild Fund, Pink Jeep, Athletic Brewing, and the Arizona Trail Association.
Wow.
But Arizona Trail Association is also one of our implementation partners. They help organize volunteer days and just do a lot of the background work on the ground itself. Then we have partners like RCMBA, Arizona Wilderness Brewing, who is also donating some money. Let's see, we've got the Rim Country Trail Stewards, Wild Arizona again in the partners, and we have a couple that are on deck, but I can't reveal it until it's official.
No.
Yeah, and then for the Highline Hold 'em itself, Desert Financial always been huge. Mogollon Sporting Association was our original, and again coming through this year with a large donation. Payson Tire Pros, Axis Culture Group, Main Street Storage with Mark Zoplin there, Payson Premier Dental, KRIM, Sunshine Cleaning, Hermosa Tours, MHA Foundation, Absolute Bikes, Landmark at the Creek, Garvin's RV Adventure, and American Family Insurance. So
And Rim Runners.
and the Rim Runners too
The
this
Rim
year
Runners.
coming on board. Yeah.
Oh,
And then what's cool,
yeah.
sorry if I may, but Arizona Wilderness Brewery Yeah, this is kind of cool. Go ahead, Angie.
It's way cool.
Yeah.
It's my dream project.
Yeah.
Arizona Wilderness Brewery is gonna brew a Highline beer for us this year.
Whoa, there we go.
I know. So
Wow,
we're
you know
gonna,
you're legit when you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Only one minor technicality to get there, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, there
Yes.
you go. But that's awesome.
So we'll be featuring the beer at the Highline Hold 'em, which
Yeah.
is gonna be way cool. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Wow. So a lot of momentum. Seems like a lot of participation
Yeah.
and a lot of people that really are buying in and jumping into this project.
It definitely, and not only just this project, but there's a lot of good momentum in town. Like I said, the stars have kind of aligned, having the Forest Service definitely on board with Angie and Matt. Matt actually rode in our event last year. He was a participant in the Highline Hold 'em. So, and then having the town on board for sure has been nice. A lot of good talk about trails in town, and then we're building a base of volunteers in Payson itself. To, like I said, the pine fuel reduction is kind of our model, because all the work that they've done up there, those are just normal folk that again, like-minded and wanted to get some stuff done, and they're out swinging shovels and pickaxes on Tuesday mornings and building some amazing trails. So that's what we're trying to get in the works here in Payson too.
And a commonality I see with this project and with other projects in Payson and in Rim Country is the partnerships or collaborations. You're starting to see a lot more of that, and it's producing great things. I mean, things are actually getting done instead of one group talking about something and this group talking about doing something and this group, where now together the groups are getting projects done, and the focus isn't so much on, well, we want this and this group wants this and this group wants this. Hey, wait a second, we all want basically the same thing here. If we pool our resources, work together, then we can accomplish these goals.
I feel like that's been a big shift in the time I've been here, 5 years. It used to be that folks would look to the Forest Service to guide the process. Well, we guide the process, but it's driven by the community. It has to be driven by our partners in our community. So that, I think, has been a key shift. And hopefully we see that with the town as well. We're not going to create the projects and come up with the ideas. We want our community to be involved.
Great example of that too. This spring, through a partnership, we had the Rim Runners, National Forest Foundation helped out, Pine Fuel Reduction, and then Arizona Mountain Bike Association. But we paid for a professional trail builder to come down to Payson, and about a dozen of us went through a 2-day, pretty long two-day class on how to correctly lay out a trail and how to plan out a trail. And so we've got volunteers here in town that have put close to 300 hours of in the Stewart Pocket area, in the Boulders area, of taking a look. And we've got some issues there with some congestion at the end of Phoenix Street. So we're looking at a way, okay, well, how do we fix this then? And so we're looking at ways to maybe help out with that and move people, again, spread people out and give them more opportunities for trails. So a lot of good volunteer stuff going on right now, and some amazing people out there just donating their time, pushing their way through manzanita bushes, trying to make things better for our town. So.
Yeah, and if you again want to be involved, want to get involved, contact the Rim Country Mountain Bike Association, again on their Facebook page. You can message them, or through their website. Also Rim Runners, if you're not a mountain biker but you're a runner, trail runner, or again, you just want to be involved, because they're doing a lot as well. So and very active. So. And you're working together, which is wonderful to see.
Yeah, it was interesting finding that the same experience that you have on a mountain bike, the runners have that same experience. They like trails that kind of meander a little bit. Flow is the word, right? Yeah. So
nice, very nice. Well, thank you all, Trevor, Shannon, Angie, for coming on this morning and sharing about the Highline Trail, the Highline Hold 'em, and just all of the exciting things that are happening here in Rim Country regarding trails.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thanks.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Thank you, everyone, for listening as well. And time to get back to the music. But before that, we'll get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
That was the one we couldn't really say.
Yeah, so we're kind of covered.
There we go.
My daughter just texted me,
And-
"Don't sit so tense."